which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Phone on do not disturb.
All right. Let's see here. First up, approval of the consent agenda.
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda dated February 27th, 2024.
I second.
All in favor?
How was that?
Silver hand.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the consent agenda inauguration. Where's the champagne bottle?
Yeah. Wait, we're not done with the meeting yet, Dan. Let's not jinx ourselves, okay?
No, that's a beautiful one.
And next up, approval of the minutes.
I make a motion that we approve the
Actually,
minutes.
We have a public hearing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Um,
This is just the regular board,
oh,
and then
that's
here
right, yeah, we had-
is the public hearing on this.
Oh.
Well, see, we should have started with the public hearing, which we got to. the
Yeah.
consent
Yeah,
agenda.
we could.
I
So
didn't,
somebody got a little.
I was under, I didn't see anything about a public hearing until right this moment. So we have a public hearing.
Yes, we do. Public hearing number one, to use the following reserves to purchase of Bobcat attachments, municipal reserves, $5,000.
We had warned this at the last meeting, so. Shouldn't be a big deal.
Here to speak, once, twice, thrice. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion, we move the reserves for purchasing Bobcat attachments for $5,000.
I'll second. Kevin's got it.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
So it's a joke. Woo. That one.
Now can we approve the minutes?
Now we can approve the minutes.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of February 13th, 2024 as written. I'll second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous?
I do have one little question. PPE in the fire department,
Personal protective equipment, okay.
I knew it had something to do with equipment.
That's those nylon kind of jumpers and that kind of stuff that, just wear out and they need to be cleaned. You don't want any PCBs in them and that kind of stuff. It's really good stuff to have, super changed.
Okay, all right, now I see what there's two, okay. All right, next up is authorization of payment of the bills.
I'll make a motion that we authorize payment of the bills, F and G funds, vouchers number 423 through 432 in the amount of $1,762.15. A fund vouchers number 1,250 and 1,301 in the amount of $42,782.03. And TNA fund vouchers number 60 through 61 in the amount of $3,578.91.
I'll second.
Any discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Privilege of the floor.
You have a presentation for the privilege.
It's kind of appropriate that's done during privilege of
It
the
is
floor.
actually,
Pretty cool.
but we got a little plaque for you.
Need some photos.
It's the least we can do.
It's the key to the
I know,
village. Built it run wild now.
And we got a little something there too. But yes, oh, photos, I'm sorry.
Well, I realized nobody was, so, and mine is glaring right now. So
Fred, can you
let's
turn
see.
the plaque around so we can see it a little?
Oh,
bit?
yeah, there we go.
Perfect.
No smoke, get.
Show the viewers at home after the photograph.
Al, can you
Oh,
step out of the room so we don't,
I'll send them to
Okay.
him and put them up. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, not just personally for all you've done for me, just kind of guiding me along, and I really appreciate it. It's meant a lot to me, but
We all do.
I just did what I was supposed to do.
not a lot of people do that.
Well, it's been fun.
This is what the plaque says for those at home, go backwards. You can read it backwards. So, thank you very much, I appreciate it. I really do. I'm glad you're sticking around, Mike, told us about your new role.
Oh, really?
Okay. Grants updates, anything tonight?
Yes, you want me to share the screen? and put it up there. Oh, no, you didn't.
He'll get there.
Just a few. The dam project is now under, or shall we say, back under review from U.S. Army Corps of Engineer.
Oh.
So they took it back after discussion with the DEC, so that's where it is right now. So the timeline is definitely gonna be unsure for that. The extension went out to the end of November this year, so hopefully we can submit that date. That's the salt shed as well. But unfortunately, it's as Keystone was putting things together into DEC and looking like things were going to move forward, the DEC said, oh, even though, whatever, DEC puts it back on the Army Corps of Engineers, Army Corps has it. It shouldn't be an deep review, but Army Corps moves at a snail's pace most of the time. So they're very deliberative body. What else? The housing project, last grant that we just got. Tom has been hired as grant admin, but this village will also assist, and hopefully we can recoup some of the expenses on our end as well. So that's the, I think that's just about it.
How about the ribbon trail? Or the ribbon park?
That is, with a affidavit that needs signed by us and the CNY Museum to show what's going to happen to this tank. And so it's not going to be a fixed structure on our park. It seems like it's what Parks wants, so they're going to get it. So I have language from Pat. I'm going to try to bring it out, give it to Fran tomorrow to get done. It's just going to be short, sweet, half a page even. So just that needs done, then sent to Parks before Parks will send it to AG's office.
The museum is aware, they're just standing by for the memorandum. There will be no issues getting it signed.
Very good.
Anything else financial wise you want to add?
No, well, the city did approve the shoulder pad reimbursement grant. So we're just in the middle of sending the bill because we paid for them and now the check's cleared. And then we would get that back. Let me see. The salt shed, we did pay, it hasn't cleared yet, the check for the down payment for, and they planned on starting that in April. So that's where you'll see in next month, a couple of changes in DPW, such as Amnesty Day, and it's already done because I'm going away, so there's a partial agenda started. But so they want to move leaves and stuff, so you'll be getting all that next month so that they could focus on these projects.
Just now realizing there's a second TV in here.
Yep, and then the camera and Wi-Fi grant have moved forward. NIPA has a meeting this week We paid, it got approved again, because remember how NIPA submitted it incorrectly, so now it got approved, we paid the $880. The check cleared on the 21st, and they have a meeting on all their projects coming up, so they made sure that they got our check, and they did, so that National Grid can move forward to the next step.
Just so you know, that CDBG housing grant will move fast. Tom was definitely going to do a heavy lift, but our office is going to be inundated with applications and things like that to working with Toma on. It's usually a 2-year. And I think CDBG wants us to basically get started or start handing out funds perhaps even as soon as June.
And we have gotten one of our prior interns, well, 2 of our prior interns to come back, and they're going to be helping.
So I know to qualify for that, you have to, be at a certain income.
Mhm.
Have we thought about having Toma do a little widget or either something that we can put on our site where you can go in and put in your information to see if you qualify versus
No,
random
that just
guessing?
right discussion hasn't exactly happened, but I imagine they'll have something that we can put on in place and just have it right on the front page where.
Mhm.
Yeah, it'd just be nice for people
So-
to just be able to put in.
So they can just determine for themselves if it's worthwhile to keep going.
I have, one more. I know we, shared and I think the town did too. I should point to him, he's not the town anymore.
He's still working for us.
I know. The LRIP contract, I think we had our share, and is that all sweet? Because they're almost done, they're wrapping it up for the LRIP.
As far as payment from
us,
to
we
us,
were supposed to share a little bit.
I
I
don't
don't
go
know.
back into that initial,
I think we had like 16K or something we had to supply.
so that'll have to be,
They haven't asked for it, so I'm not volunteering it, but I'm just,
right.
keep it on your, that could be a gotcha.
Yep.
Because they're finishing up that study right now. All right,
All
good,
right,
Very good, thank you, Dan.
thank you.
Okay, new business. Trash policy updates, everybody's favorite.
Cortland County Recycling has some new rules, and that's all this is to comply, so they have to comply with the DEC. So then that comes down that all the villages, towns, and everyone in Cortland County has to comply with them, and then how it's implemented. And then there are some specifics in here based on residents' questions. You can read all the Facebooks you want, you'll see them. Chris helps answer the questions. So for instance, recyclables 1, 2, and 5 and plastics are taken. And then further in the flyer it says, no take-up containers are taken. However, they didn't mean 1, 2, and 5. So they'll still take 1, 2, and 5 if they're clean, even if they were take-up containers. So that's what this spells out those. So we changed this on our website. Then during the water bills, we'll be mailing the county flyer and we'll be updating a flyer, not all these rules like this. This is just the rules that will be on our website. And then we'll update an easy to read flyer with each of the rules. So we'll send county and then to comply with the village. So again, you'll see different ones. They do take glass that's clear or colored. So, and we put the 2 pickup places are either our DPW site, the yellow landfill, or the yellow dumpster, and then the other is the Cortland County Recycling. They actually, cardboard has to be broken down. It was rejected when others weren't broken down. Sometimes people leave the tape on it, they leave styrofoam in it. So that gets rejected and we have to go pick it up. Pizza boxes with grease are allowed, but if there's one remnant of food are not allowed.
I got one that goes back up. Trash must be in bags not weighing more than 25 pounds per bag in the black can.
That's what we had on our website. We can remove that.
I
I
would
don't
remove
even
that
do that
We-
half the time.
We can remove it.
because, yeah, I throw all sorts of stuff in there. It's not.
It's in the can, it's in the can.
We're not chairs
about how much an
No.
individual bed weighs.
No,
right?
these are just, the top part is our normal website rules, so that can just come off if you
Yeah,
want to cross it off.
I would like to think
That was probably back when you were picking it by hand and they would pull it out of the garbage can and throw it in the back versus grabbing it.
So they do pick up trash and recycling at any time during your time, and it starts at 6 a.m. They pick up one container first and then the other, so you have to leave them out all day. If you put it out at 8 a.m., there's a big chance one of your cans won't be picked up. Syracuse Colors actually takes pictures when they stop at your house if your can isn't there. So if somebody calls us, the camera automatically does it, their machine. So
That's
if,
smart.
yeah, so, and eventually it's going to be where they're picking up a recycling container. And if there's filled with flat bags, it will actually take a picture of what residence it's coming.
Oh, good.
But, some of that is there now, some of it isn't, but every single time they'll actually supply us with a time stamp of when they were there. So if they just legitimately missed it, they'll go back and get it.
Right.
If it wasn't there, then they can't.
Yeah. No, I didn't get mine out until 8 one morning and it was too late.
The bags are a big deal about in the recycling, plastic bags can't be used. There is a thing called recyclable plastic bags, so a lot of residents were thinking they were being environmentally friendly by getting those, and that's what was being rejected because they're not allowed to be in recycling. Because it gums up the machines at the county.
Flies all over.
I didn't even know they were using machines.
Yeah, well, that's what they say. What the only plastic bags can be are clear or like a light white with shredded paper, but nothing else can be in them. So a lot of people were thinking they were being environmentally friendly because they're buying recyclable plastic bags. But they're getting rejected. So a lot of because as they were tagged, people were very nice and understanding on that. And because they're trying to be environmentally friendly already. And so they're like, oh. So that's the biggest thing there.
All right,
And then, of course, the tree branches and stuff
right.
don't go in.
All righty. You have any motion?
I'll make the motion that we accept the updated trash policy, removing the 25-pound weight limit per bag.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, okay. Approval waiver for HCSD water bill penalties.
So, there's nothing there. They changed the person who was getting the bills, including all of ours, and we didn't realize that the end of the email said at Homer Central School, we've been sending it to OCM BOCES. So it's just a policy, so it's not, technically, they never receive bills, so they shouldn't be charged on it. And yeah, and it's already fixed, and we sent them everything for the year that was missing and the new one done for that.
I'll make a motion, we approve the waiver.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes. All right, next up, approve pro housing communities pledge.
This is not necessarily CDBG based, it's more of a state initiative. So it will be good things for like Restore and a few other housing grants the state has.
Basically, we've been told, don't bother applying for grants if you don't do this. So,
Kind of.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing. Whereas the Village of Homer believes that the lack of housing for New York residents of all ages and income levels negatively impacts the future of New York State's economic growth and community well-being. Whereas the housing crisis has negative effects at regional and local levels, we believe that every community must do their part to contribute to housing growth and benefit from the positive impacts a healthy housing market brings to communities. Whereas we believe that supporting housing production of all kinds in our community will bring multiple benefits, including increasing housing access and choices of current and future residents, providing integrated accessible housing options that meet the needs of people with sensory and mobility disabilities, bringing economic opportunities and vitality to our communities, and allowing workers at all levels to improve their quality of life through living closer to their employment opportunities. Whereas we believe that evidence showing that infill development that reduces sprawl and supports walkable communities has significant environmental and public health benefits. And whereas we believe that affirmatively furthering fair housing and reducing segregation is not only required by law, but is essential for keeping our community strong and vibrant. Now, therefore, it is hereby resolved that the Village of Homer, in order to take positive steps to alleviate the housing crisis, pledge, which will have us endeavor to take on the following important steps. 1, streamlining permitting to multifamily housing, affordable housing, accessible housing, accessory dwelling units, and supportive housing. 2, adopting policies that affirmatively further fair housing. 3, incorporating regional housing needs into planning decisions. 4, increasing development capacity for residential uses. 5, enacting policies that encourage a broad range of housing development, including multifamily housing, affordable housing, accessible housing, accessory dwelling units, and supportive housing.
Sounds good to me. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, okay. That's it. Comments by the attorney.
We have nothing to
He
say.
has nothing to say. Right, board members?
I'm gonna wait for exec to, go over what I've learned on garbage and other CFA grants and things,
Okay,
if I need them.
of course,
Nothing tonight.
nothing. Kevin?
Have we come to any decision on, Hooker as far as that's in?
We have to do the public hearing.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And we more or less agreed that it's majority of people wanted it, so. Unless they come out of the woodwork, it's gonna happen.
And that's all I got.
That's all you got. Pat?
I got nothing.
I also have nothing. Questions from the media?
So with the pro housing communities pledge, I know you said that it was kind of like a requirement from the state, so kind of what's next for Homer in terms of housing? Is there something specific that you're looking at, or?
No, I mean, they're just pretty much making every municipality take this pledge.
Okay, so this is, so they provided you with this,
Yeah.
and then they're just
They,
basically.
is this their text stand? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, I was told at NICOM, don't bother applying for grants if you don't do this, so,
okay,
yeah.
I don't think it really affects us because we're already taking actions to increase housing
yeah,
already. So there's nothing here that really, we're not
We're
already
not
doing.
stifling any
We're being
certain brand of
smart about
housing or affordable or not.
No, yeah, we're actively trying to get some.
There are some empty lots that I'd love to see, we can write some grants, but that, we gotta get our act together before we do that. That'd be hot and shot and see.
Yeah,
that's my only question. So
That's
thank you. Yeah,
all right, then,
We do need to go into executive
yeah, I know, to discuss our contractual matter
and personnel matter.
and the personal matter, okay? Per New York State Public Officers Law, Article 7, Section 105,